Estás en Aspen
102.3.
Tenés pura música las 24 horas.
One, two, three.
We choose two questions from our audience. The first one is from Matías Aguirre, and he said that when you formed with Bernard Edwards, the band, The Boys, you couldn't get any record contract since the executives discriminated you because of being black and said that black people could not play rock. In the distance nowadays, what do you think that those executives might be thinking right now?
Black people made David Bowie's Let's Dance. The only white people on Let's Dance are David Bowie and Stevie Ray Vaughan. So that band basically was the same band that was The Boys. That was my group Chic. And in those days, Omar Hakim was our daytime drummer because he was too young to play at nightclubs. And Tony Thompson, our night. Exactly the same band. No difference. And our keyboard player was Puerto Rican. Our bass player was Puerto Rican, except for when Bernard Edwards played, who was black. It was, the same guys. Nile Rodgers was black. It was the same rock and roll guys.
Nile, the other question from, in this case, Laura Warnes. Laura asks you, do you have a favorite record among all you produced? And if you have one, why?
There really be one, because so many records changed my life. The very first Chic record, nothing ever felt like that. Dance, Dance, Dance was great, but the first song, Everybody Dance, walking into that club, being completely unknown and having people go crazy was amazing. Let's Dance with Bowie, was amazing. Madonna, God, it was just incredible to sell those kinds of records. Then getting a chance to work with the superstars, Diana Ross, or getting a chance to take a group that was completely unknown and make it the most records of all time. We are family. I mean, these people, very, very, very big moments. Get Lucky is so personal to me because, that was when I was diagnosed with cancer. And it was like, wow, but what do I do? I have to be strong. I have to be focused. I got to talk about cancer. Got to talk about music. Got to go make music. Got to not be afraid. And we also lose yourself. And that music are also so powerful because musically they really made a big statement on random acts. It's hard.
It's hard.
I can't.
You can choose one.
But I would say,
yeah.
If there was one experience, not the song, but the experience, it would probably be David Bowie, Let's Dance.
Wow.
That was because he had no record deal. He had to pay for the record himself. I was losing my record deal. We were both sort of dependent upon each other. Either it was like two people who were, in a plane that had crashed or a boat that had sunk, and you were in the water, so you had to cooperate. You have to do your amount of rowing and paddling, and you do your amount of rowing, or else we won't get home alive. And that's really how it felt like two really desperate people trying to survive. Now, his point of view would have been totally different because he didn't seem to worry about things like that the way that I worry. I even talk about it in my book. He seemed sort of nonchalant, but he had to be worried. I mean, he had no record deal. No record company would sign David Bowie. So he had to go in with a completed record. He couldn't just do a demo and say, hey, I think I'd like to sign to this record label. He wanted to go in with the sure thing.
The sure thing was choosing you.
That's what I guess, in retrospect, that's what we could say. And it was such a sure thing that we did the record in 17 days, start to finish. The last few days, I didn't even come to work, except I just dropped into the studio and watched him play the album to a different record exec.
Sabemos lo que necesitas.
Por eso
estás escuchando Aspen.
102.3.
Pura música a las 24 horas.